You know what you need. There's not a person there, even from a child all the way up, doesn't know what he or she needs, doesn't know what he or she wants. And when you look around you, it's right there. If you turn around and tell the ones who were colonizing, it's time to get out, and you live on your own, you would begin to actually, you would see your riches and your wealth. It's a shame. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I will go a little bit deeper here in this one subject area. Chocolates. I love chocolate. The world loves chocolate. Okay, I'm not special. And chocolate, when you think of chocolate, what does your mind automatically think of? Swiss chocolate. They have made a brand of that around the world. There is no chocolate tree, plant, anywhere, bush, or any other mechanism to grow it in Switzerland. None. The climate is too cold. So why is it that when we think of chocolate, when the world thinks of chocolates, we think Swiss? We don't think about Africa. That's where the chocolate comes from. That's it. So therefore, they're taking all of that, taking it back to Switzerland, making it their own, and selling it to the rest of the world. And everybody is buying into that. For what? A mere bag of silver? A few coins? Are you kidding me? Mindset. When you change that mindset, and you say, wait a minute, this is mine. This is mine. This is on my land. This is the hand. These are my people who are out there and who are gathering that harvest in. These are my people who are down in those mine shafts, pulling out those diamonds, pulling out those rubies, pulling out that ore, pulling out plutonium. Right now, one of the biggest needs that we have is for those lithium ion batteries. We need that lithium so that we can put in the batteries and we can electrify the world. Well, guess where it is? Africa. We don't have any in the United States. They don't have any in Europe. There's none in Canada. There's none in Australia. There's none in China. It's in Africa, natural. So that's an industry right there. Plutonium, uranium, everything you need is right there. That's why that was the original continent. That's why everything on the face of this earth came out of Africa. There was no United States. There was no Europe. There was no Asia. There was no India. In the Pangea, when you see as the water began to recede, it is the continent of Africa that comes up. That's where life began. That is the cradle of civilization. Do you really think that, I don't care if you follow God, Allah, Yahweh, call him what you want to. Do you really think that a God is going to create a place and not put everything you need in that place for the people who are going to be there? That's what he did. If we question that, then we're questioning his ability. Are you kidding me?
Africa has everything, and this is evident also. And we don't need to dig too much now to even say that it is in plain sight. It is contradicting in itself that in Africa people should die of hunger in some places. No, of course, I mean where the people have been reduced to mere objects. No, because I was born in Africa and I grew up in Africa. I never really see anybody dying of hunger. Of course, that is because there is no war in my place, no? And because there is no war in my place, we really need the government to provide food for us. Because we have land. My father, we are 9 in number. All of us survive. We eat from our land. We produce agricultural product. That is where the food came from. Of course, if maybe in some other parts of Africa, if there are some resources like what is happening in Congo, that process is not allowed to stay in place. There is there is tension going on because they want to take what is under the surface of the earth, the resources. And for this, they are creating crises. People, of course, are dying of hunger. So there are a lot of things that we do not understand where in Africa as to why the saying that a lot of people are dying of hunger in Africa. How do we explain this?
Well,
That this.
what happens? I don't mean to cut you off, but I will say this:
Mhm.
my people will perish for lack of knowledge, and what that people have should understand what that means to them and to their societies and to their communities. When you don't educate yourself and you simply just rely on others to give to you, then simply you just become like a ward of the state. Whatever state of being, whatever state of mind is there, whatever the state of the people who are in power are, you're just relying on that. If you have the land and it's there up under your feet, and you can dig a hole and plant a seed, seeds are everywhere, and you can plant a seed, you can live. You can live. You don't need someone to wait on the government to give you some food, especially considering how many governments actually go out there and farm the land? The people farm the land. The people cultivate. The people bring in the harvest. The people mill it in the mills. They're doing this. The government's not doing it. And then you're going to turn around. You're really going to turn around and stand there and wait in line for them to give you the food that you just worked and put there. Do for self. Do for self. That's what you can begin to do. You have small community in several areas there throughout Africa. I know Ghana, Gambia, several other places that I can think of. Zimbabwe, they are having those small farming communities where the people are coming together, and they're they've always been growing the food, but now they're exchanging it one with the other, and they're thriving and living. When that's the mind, that's why I always say the thing about the mindset, where your mindset through business, through leadership has to change so that you begin to become self-sufficient.
That is very important.
Mhm. And especially
Otherwise, the ambiguity wouldn't make sense. That a continent that have everything, people should be lacking. Anyway, like you said, the mindset is very important. That we are going to be seeing, and we're going to be able to understand even how to take advantage of the resources that is just right in front of us, under our feet, and all around us. No, we need to, when you don't have the right mindset, you will always see problem all around you. But if you understand how the relationship that you have with your nature, then it becomes resources for you. Now, the mindset. How do we develop that? Because we can see now if that is the problem that we have, then it is manifested in everything around us, that people are dying of thirst. They are living near to the water. Tell me about this mindset. How do we develop it?
Developing that mindset is not being afraid. It's taking that, when I talk about my theme that I have for this year, for the next decade, is take your moonshot. And what that means is you just go totally and 1,000% against the grain with no fear whatsoever. Go against the grain. If the area has been where everybody is dependent on the state or dependent on others, stop dependent on it. Go off the grid, so to speak.